Hey everyone, Nintendo Hodge back here with another video. We made it. It's 2016 and we're in the new year. I heard a bunch of people talking about some goals that they've had for the new year. So I figured, yeah, why not? Let's talk about what my gaming goals would be for 2016. Gaming goal number one definitely would be to budget my money a bit better for gaming. So I want to maybe take a little bit of money out of my paycheck, put it aside, and that will be my budget for the month or every 2 weeks, however you want to do it for games. I can accumulate that money over the course, so if I don't spend any money for the first month, that'll roll over to the next month and just kind of keep a little kitty aside for that. I think it'll make it more fun collecting and gaming and stuff like that. Now, if there's something that comes out that I just can't pass up, whether it's an amazing deal I find or, excuse me, a new game coming out that I really have to have, well then maybe I'll make an exception, but for the most part I want to try to stick to a budget. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated as the year goes on. Gaming goal number two I have would be to finish games that I start. I tend to start games, play them for a while, and then put them down and not come back to them for quite a while, or sometimes not at all. So I'd really like to focus on completing the games that I do start and play. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, I just seem to jump around a lot. So yeah, I think those would be my two biggest gaming goals. Continuing on with the theme of playing games and not finishing them, I talk about the games that I'm currently playing right now. So the one game I've played, haven't played an awful lot of it, but I want to try to play more, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles X. Really fun so far, I'm enjoying it. I'm not that far into it, but the scenery and the backgrounds, and it's just amazing in there. I would like to try to download, there's 15 gig packs you can download on the network for it, on the Nintendo network, that allow the load times to be faster. So I don't have enough room on my Wii U for the whole 15 gigs. I downloaded the one, haven't tried it yet since then to see how it speeds up the animations between certain scenes. But hopefully I'll eventually get an expansion pack, or an external hard drive I should say, and I can download the rest of them onto that. As well as that, I'm playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on the GameCube. Whenever the Wii U TV is taken by my son or my wife or my daughter, I'll play that on the GameCube on the little TV. So it's a fun game. I've never played through it before, but I played through the two previous in the series, Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario on the N64, and I really like those games, so I figured we'll go with this one next. As well, I'm also playing Shovel Knight on the Wii U. Really fun. I said that in the video when I showed it, the pickup that I got. If you haven't got Shovel Knight, highly recommend picking it up. I picked it up on the Wii U, but it's available on the other new gen consoles as well, so whichever one's your favorite, pick it up on that. And then the last game I'm playing is on the PSP, and that's, hopefully I pronounce it right, I think it's just pronounced Jeanne d'Arc. Really fun. Turn-based RPG, or strategy RPG, I guess you could call it. Yeah, that's what it would be, is a strategy RPG. And as I said in a post on the Game Nation Network Facebook page, I've decided that those are my favorite RPG games. I think the main reason I like them is the story progresses itself, and there's not a lot of walking around and searching and traveling, and you get to do just the battling, you get to do the equipping, you get to do the buying of the equipment, and that's the part that I enjoy the most of those games, so I think that's part of the reason why I like it. But yeah, so if you have never played this game, the Jeanne d'Arc, it's really fun. It's basically Joan of Arc turned into a game. Takes place during France and England's battle of the, I guess it's the 100-Year War, and yeah, it's really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot, so yeah. So for those of you who saw the post as well on the Game Nation Network, the other night we had just a hangout, a Google Hangout. So there was a bunch of us that were there. I was there. It was hosted by BC Retro Gamer and Slash's Elite. Trying to remember who all was there. MT Shark was there. McFly showed up. Loch Ness Monster was there. And there was some one or two other people. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting names.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Sorry, I just had to look it up. The other person, it was Bill Benton that was there. So yeah, sorry Bill, I didn't mean to forget you.
Back to you.
But yeah, it was really fun Google Hangouts. It was nice to be able to chat with the guys and just talk whatever, the games and hockey and whatever else everybody felt like chatting about. It was definitely late into the wee mornings. It was hosted by BC Retro Gamers, so we didn't start until their time, which is 3 hours behind me. So I didn't end up going to bed until about 3:30 that morning. But hey, it was the last night of my holidays before I had to start work. Well, not the next day, but the day after that. So it was the last night I could stay up late, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks to everybody there that was in the chat, and hopefully we can do it again at some point, maybe on East Coast time. I know there'll be some more people that could join in when we do it on East Coast time. So next I figured I'd just go over the pickups that I got between basically the week after Christmas up until now. So these two games here I purchased at EB Games over the Boxing Week, and it was buy two for 20 here in Canada at EB. So the first one I got here was Raiden 4, and I believe I saw this in McFly's pickup video that he purchased it, and it looked like a really fun shoot 'em up. So that's why I picked this one up. And then to go along with that, I picked up Divinity 2: The Dragon Knight Saga. It's an Atlas game. I love Atlas, probably one of my favorite developers out there, so I picked this one up. There's another one in the series for this for the 360. I'll have to get that one eventually too, but I've got those two for 20. And then the wife surprised me with a late Christmas gift. She couldn't get around to picking it up, so I got this one here, and that's a Viva Pinata for the 360. So she ended up grabbing that for me and giving it to me over the course of the Boxing Week. These games are all complete. For the most part, I like getting the complete games. If a game doesn't have a manual, it just kind of bugs me. I don't know why, but OCD or whatever, I guess. But yeah, so she gave me that one for a late Christmas gift. That was awesome to get that. And then these next three I picked up at a local hawk shop. So for these three games, it ended up only costing me $20, which was awesome. So the first one I picked up is Alice, The Madness Returns on the PS3. Seen a bunch of people say they picked this one up recently. It looks like a really fun game. I think the wife will really like that as well. I recall faintly playing the one back in the day that was on the computer, and I liked it back then, so I'm sure this will be not very much different. So I'm sure that I'll like this one just as much, is what I meant to say. And I picked this one up more for my daughter. I don't think she really played it, but I'll keep it anyways because it's cool, and it's Gremlins Gizmo. So basically it's adopt a Mogwai or adopt Gizmo and you raise them. So it's one of those pet raising games. Again, I got all these ones for $20, so I said, okay, we'll grab this. It's Gremlins. Gremlins are cool anyways. Even if my daughter doesn't play it, I'll keep it on the shelf. And then the last one I got here, and I've never seen this before, and I didn't know it existed, and a few people did, and it's Gunstar Superheroes for the Game Boy Advance. So don't own the one for the Genesis. I would love to get it, but I mean, it's a very expensive game. So this one was cheap, similar game, similar style. I tried it already, it works, and it's lots of fun. So yeah, figured why not? Give you a good close-up of that so you can see what the game looks like. But yeah, really fun game. So again, those three games I picked up for $20. I want to talk about one more thing, and that is the Cartridge Club. I just recently joined in December of the 2015, so I've only been a member for about a month. But it's a really cool site, a really cool group, however you want to, I guess it's both. And I noticed that BC Retro Gamer recently joined as well in December, so that's awesome to see him there. And there's some other fellow YouTubers that I know and follow, and they're also part of it. But yeah, if you've never heard about the Cartridge Club, go check it out. It's www.cartridgeclub.org. Put the link down below, or I'll just kind of show it down here so everybody can see it. As the site says, it's a community of gamers and collectors who all share a passion for gaming, and they discuss and play games together. So it's really good from what I've seen. I've been kind of watching it from afar, not joining, just kind of checking it out and watching some of the YouTube channels off of it. But there's tons of great YouTubers on it. And what they do, so I got my little notes, my cheat notes here, is every month they pick a new game to play. Everybody plays it, and then they can go and discuss them on the message boards, as well as there's a few people that have podcasts, and they'll talk about them on the podcast. They'll have guests on, or other YouTubers that come on and talk about it and discuss the games and that. So the game of this month is Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. I don't believe I have that. Let me go check.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah.
And I was wrong. I actually do have that game, so I'll be able to actually play and join in. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back is the Cartridge Club game of the month. So I'll have to pop this in and start playing it so I can start chatting with everybody on the message boards about it. But it's more than just playing the games and chatting about it. There's a spot for other podcasts. There's people's blogs that you can go and read. There's members and forums just to discuss pretty much anything you want. But some of the other great YouTubers that are on there, just Buried on Mars, Canadian Retro's part of it, Retro Nonsense, Round 2 Gaming, Creeplead's on there, J-Rock the Game Rocker, Longshot, Mighty Q-Dog and Mrs. Q-Dog, just to name a few. I mean, that's a little more than a few. Oh, and BC Retro Gamer. So there's lots of great YouTubers that are a part of it. I'm hoping to meet some new ones and explore. They're from all over the world. They have a cool little thing on there. It's a map that shows where people are from. So Canada, the US, and all over. I think there's a couple from Australia that are on it. So yeah, it's a really cool group. I'm glad to be a part of it. If you haven't checked them out, definitely do. That's it for me for this episode. Thanks again for watching. Remember to game on and game often.